This is the first camper trailer that we've owned.
What led you to deciding, hey, we're going to go buy an off-road camper, and then also why an MDC?
Off-road camper, equipment failure. Our big diesel truck started falling apart, and the camper that was in the back of it, even more so.
So have you had any major issues or failures on the trailer?
It's been through some really, really high winds. It wasn't not designed for that kind of stuff.
What's up, everyone? Shane here with ROA Off-Road. We're actually down in southern Utah. We're at the OVERLAND and we're doing a camp out, and actually really excited about this because we invited a bunch of MDC owners out here. And you want to introduce yourself and tell us what trailer you got, where you're from?
Bruce and Ann.
She's watching. There you go.
So we're from Prescott, Arizona.
Okay.
We got the trailer down in Phoenix area last November.
November. Which trailer we got?
We got a Jackson forward fold.
Okay, perfect. So is this your first trailer you've ever owned?
It's the first camper trailer that we've owned. You know, we have cargo trailer for rafting equipment. We've towed a lot, but we've never had a camping trailer. We've always had a in-truck pop-up camper.
Okay, so you've had some sort of camper that you
a slide-in camper and a big one-ton diesel.
Then you'd pull the rafting gear behind you.
Big cargo trailer.
So you guys do river rafting.
And we do a lot of outside stuff. We backpack, river raft, inflatable kayaks, a lot of mountain biking.
What led you to deciding, hey, we're going to go buy an off-road camper, and then also why an MDC?
Off-road camper, equipment failure.
Okay.
Our big diesel truck started falling apart, and the camper that was in the back of it, even more so. We went to Toroweep. That overlooks Lava Falls in the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
It's 60 miles of washboard road to get to the bad road.
To get to the bad road.
And then it's crazy stair-step stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and we just shook the camper apart.
Yeah.
And it was a wood-based...
Stick and tin, staples and everything, right?
It was an American camper. It was fairly well made.
Yeah.
But it was not designed for that kind of stuff.
So equipment failure, you guys decide, hey, let's go and find ourselves an off-road camper.
So we needed a different truck. To replace this exact system that we had was going to be some obscene amount of money because the truck was over $100,000.
Yeah.
So we, switched to a smaller truck. We were shopping in Tucson, saw one of these. It was just an RV place that somebody had traded it in.
Oh, it was a used one. Somebody traded it in.
Somebody traded it in, and the guys in the RV shop had never seen one of these before, and so they were trying to set it up, and it was kind of a puzzle, but it looked really cool.
Yeah.
So I got online and found that there was a dealer for these things down in Phoenix.
Okay.
And I called him up, and he says, "Hey, I can sell you a brand new one for just about the same cost that they're going to
give you on that used one." Oh, wow.
So we went and looked at it. We took Ann's mother's Australian boyfriend to the shop to get the official Outback Aussie thumbs up.
Nice. And he gave the thumbs up?
And he called his family over in Australia and Melbourne and sent pictures and said, what do you guys think of this? And, they all sent back a thumbs up. So
okay. So you got the approval.
So we got a really good deal on it, and we just decided to give it a whirl. We did a bunch of desert camping last winter.
Okay.
Where you're going down through all these crazy washes and stuff.
Okay.
It did real well.
Yeah. How many times do you think you guys have been out camping in it now?
Half a dozen in the desert, then it's been up the North Rim for a couple of weeks, and I went to Colorado for a couple of weeks.
Okay, like 8 times, but a couple weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in it.
Yeah,
We probably spent 2 months.
2 months camping in it.
It'll be with this trip probably 2 months.
Okay.
Altogether in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time.
Cold weather and hotter weather.
How cold and how hot? What's you think your lowest and your highest?
Probably in the 20s, upper 20s, lower 30s.
Okay.
And then in the heat, 90s.
90s, yeah. Feel like it was 90 here.
Yeah, we've been a little warmer than this.
Okay.
The North Rim was pretty warm when we were up there. The fresco opening.
Yeah.
We had that open, and it was ventilated quite well, and
Stayed
pretty comfortable inside considering how hot it was outside.
And it worked with the bugs.
So it's got a king-size bed, and you can wall it off with canvas or a bug screen. And so if you wall it off with the bug screen, then you don't have to worry about
The other
in
part.
and out,
Okay. That's
keeping
by
the
itself.
bedroom area, without the flies and mosquitoes.
So have you had any major issues or failures on the trailer?
No major issues at all. Little minor things. The spreader pole's got these little plastic clips.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they were designed for desert temperatures. They get a little pliable.
Yeah. Okay.
I sent in a warranty thing, and I think his name is Jason.
Yeah, Jason out in California.
He sent me a bag of clips,
Oh, that's awesome.
We had one snap break.
Snap.
One of the snaps
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
came
Okay.
apart. He sent me a bag of snaps.
Oh, just easy.
Yeah,
So your experience with MDC and the support
it's been great.
has been great. Yeah. They're a new brand in the U.S. And I mean, you've been talking to other owners, and it sounds like everybody's been pretty happy with their experience.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a hold of them.
Yeah, right. That's sometimes you go and buy something and then getting a hold of the sales or the service.
Yeah,
it's like
your first phone call, the numbers changed.
exactly right. Well, you have met Vaughn,
Vaughn,
who's
yes.
the owner, founder of this company. He's flown from Australia. What was your experience with him interacting? Have you chatted with him? at all?
Oh, it's been quite pleasurable. I think he's kind of enjoying, bombing around the backcountry in the U.S. And it's great to have that kind of representation,
Yeah.
something like this.
So they're the second largest trailer company in Australia.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal that he comes out here and camps
Oh, yeah, totally.
with his customers, right? You don't see stuff like that in the U.S., like
No, you're not going to find the CEO of one of those companies,
coming out. I
coming
wonder
out to say
sometimes.
hi.
Sometimes I wonder if they even camp. It's fun when you get to come out with people that actually live the
Right.
lifestyle.
Knows how the stuff works.
When he saw you guys set up, he was like, "That's textbook setup." He's like, "That's good." He was really happy and proud of your setup and everything. So, tell me a little bit about this setup.
Setting the camper up, and you just fold the top over, to get the canvas up. And it's 6 poles to put the main cab.
Yeah, how long does that take you? The
20 minutes to half an hour.
20 minutes to half an hour to get the main.
Just slowly.
Slowly, okay.
Yeah. Not in a hurry, which isn't bad.
Yeah. Is that including the awning or
That does
the main?
not include the
Okay,
awning.
the main area about 20 minutes.
The awning's another half an hour.
Okay.
Because you got to guy it down, and
Yeah, you've got it nice staked and roped to everything.
it's been through some really, really high winds.
Yeah, here.
Well, here is nothing.
Okay.
We've been in some winds in the desert that were just crazy.
With this all set up like this, and you haven't had any major issues.
I hope it stays put.
Yeah, you tie it down really well. So tell me about the outside cooking and kitchen area. How do you like this?
Yeah, it's great. We do a lot of cooking outside on river trips and stuff like that. Some friends said, well, we do most of our cooking outside anyway, so it really wasn't a big stretch.
Yeah.
It's just with weather, it was a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
So the only problem we've been having is, and part of the reason this is set up is because if it does rain, this fills up with some water here.
Okay.
So it needs to be a little more protected. But otherwise, it's nice to have the 3 burners. You have a little bit of counter space, being able to wash the dishes right there. We don't always have water in the tank because we live in a place that freezes. So we're not going to fill it with water. And then even if we go south, it may be fine, but it'll freeze where we are. So we work out of jugs. We're used to doing that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And we haven't used the hot water in the sink so much because we're more apt to use it for the shower with
Okay.
the on-demand water heater thing.
Okay.
And then you just have your extra tables. I mean, this is the table that goes inside for eating, but we use it out here.
Okay.
We haven't really eaten inside because we've been able to be out here.
Yeah.
We did camp for a week in Colorado and it rained all the time. But this gave us enough protection to cook and do all that too.
Yeah, so this zips down, and so it's not a screen.
So you can have the air if you want. Or
Yeah.
You can have the shade or whatever. We really have only set the whole thing up twice with everything, the front and the other side and stuff. It has a lot of space for kitchen items. So I have my food on the other side
Okay.
in the pantry thing and then the kitchen here. Storage. And we do like to vent where the refrigerator is.
It will overheat if
It
it's
gets a
sitting
little
out in the sun.
hot.
Yeah, a lot. Okay, that makes sense.
So,
How's the dust? Have you gotten driving it off-road? Do you get a lot of dust in there?
not
Any
inside.
problem at all with dust inside any of the cabinets. We've been on roads like we were on yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
So it seals very good.
Yeah, it seals. That has not been a problem.
How does the cooktop cook?
It cooks well.
Does
I
it-
have not had any problem with boiling water, cooking pasta, or steaming vegetables, or we use cast iron. So
Okay.
yeah,
And it heats up really fast.
Yeah, the stove is great. That's really nice. And I think it's pretty sturdy with the one pole. And I really like the cabinets for
These front ones?
these for the silverware, and this for bigger things.
Oh, yeah, you have a lot of...
We put our paper towels right here, so it's kind of handy. A big
yeah.
roll won't fit in there, but when it gets a little smaller, it fits. And then we hang the scrubbies and stuff like that so they can kind of dry in the towels, but then some of that fits in there when we travel, and that's not a problem.
Put the soaps and stuff in the sink
Yeah,
when you're traveling.
Well, we actually put it here in the refrigerator. If we're at camp, it goes in there. So you have a little bit of storage along here. So I happen to have this. So the soap and hand sanitizer and stuff kind of goes in here. We use a bit of Windex to clean the glass and stuff like that.
It's a big fridge, too.
Yes, it's a really nice fridge. That's one of the positives of this, is you can either use it totally as a refrigerator or totally as a freezer or both.
Yeah.
And it gives you a lot of room. I use some blue ice with cooler bags to extend some things because I usually bring a lot of food if we're gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We need the extra space for that. You've got to make sure you pull it forward. Having stuff here can be a little problematic because this won't necessarily open.
If you don't get it more.
So that's a little bit of a problem, but that's my own, having too much stuff.
having
That's a
too much stuff.
self-induced problem,
Yeah. Manufactured defect.
And then we have this little box here, which if you look at some of the other rigs around here, there's 2 other people with boxes from Costco that we have our coffee pot because it's too big to go in here.
Yeah.
With coffee cups and like the hot chocolate and tea and coffee and stuff
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
It locks kind of, so it's fairly rodent proof,
Yeah.
The bigger animal might knock it around and, isn't
How's your power and solar situation? It comes with solar, right?
It came with a 200-watt solar panel.
Okay. And then 2 100-amp lithium batteries. Yes. And how's your power been?
Yeah, all we're doing is charging like a tablet, a couple phones. We do have a bug zapper inside, which helps, especially at night, to kind of kill them before we go to bed.
Yeah.
It's helping some with the flies.
Yeah.
And there's a few lights, but we don't use.
You don't use a lot
it's
of
mostly
power.
the refrigerator.
Okay.
Really.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
But the system works quite well.
Yeah.
It's got the BM Pro, I believe is the brand name.
Yeah.
It has an integrated solar charge controller in it with 2 inputs. So you can put 2 different panel sets on it and it will blend the power.
And you've only used one, though.
Yeah, we've only been using one. I have a second panel, but I run it in parallel with the one that's out there.
Okay.
So, we already had it.
Very cool.
And so it works quite well.
So all in all, your experience with MDC, do you recommend the trailer if somebody's looking?
I would. Because we camped for a week in the rain, it stays dry inside.
Yeah.
We had no problems. We learned to tilt the window awning things so it doesn't collect.
Yeah.
And the same with these out here.
Yeah, he does have to put a couple bars inside to keep it so it doesn't sag too much if it gets in there, right?
Right. There's 2 supports that are supposed to go across here.
Yeah.
I'd use them in the inside roof.
Okay.
Just to make sure the water drains off.
Okay.
Yeah, so getting the canvas dry, we have not had to pack it wet. But I suppose if you were camping and where it rained every day, all the time,
it would be harder.
It would be harder. But if you're camping and putting it up, it's going to dry pretty fast with air and stuff like that. We haven't had to keep it down to where it would get moldy. I think that could potentially, depending on what kind of weather you're camping in, could potentially be a problem.
It was quite pleasant.
Yeah.
Under the awning when it was raining.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
It was fine.
It's nice
that's
right now.
And this is how we.
Right?
This is exactly how we had it set up there.
Yeah.
The wall by the stove to keep the water off the stove. But other than that, it was just open like this.
And he bought a diesel heater, which then vents inside. Because we have good sleeping bags and blankets and stuff inside. We haven't been too cold. We'll run it maybe at night to keep it kind of warm in there and then go to bed and then maybe start it in the morning.
Yeah.
We did put, to help warm a little bit, this covering on the floor.
Oh yeah, because there's a linoleum under.
Yeah.
It's the
And
top
this,
of
so
the
you could pull
composite.
this out and I
Okay.
could sweep it and clean it, which I need to do every once in a while. But he was able to cut it and fit it, you know, for the floor. And I think we're going to put one under inside where those tables are.
Okay.
So protect it a little bit more. So we have tables to give us some shelving.
Oh yeah, those
You
lifetime
know, it
tables.
just, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's been helpful. And we bought these closet things. If they're not very heavy, you can hang them on the bars. But if they're heavy, it's too much.
And then the room's totally screened in,
screened in. You know, and then we have a pee bucket inside. And we
Yeah.
have the outdoor shower,
you
which
don't
we're
have
used to using. And then we have the toilet system. Because of river trips that we do, we're set up for all that.
Yeah,
So we can
yeah.
totally do dispersed camping. You know, and probably last, you know, 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks maybe with just the two of us with that.
Yeah.
You know, we haul extra water because if we're biking, we want to take showers, so we use more water maybe than some people would, but
Yeah.
right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, I grew up for a lot of years in a tent trailer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So this kind of concept is kind of neat. I've done
Yeah.
it before. The only problem is for us with pulling a boat trailer, if we had this, we can't pull the boat trailer.
Yeah.
And this. So that's probably the only real downsize
To what you-
for us for what we're a little bit used to.
Yeah.
And so, you know, otherwise we're happy with it.
You know, the canvas appears to be really high quality canvas.
Yeah.
And probably that rain seasoned it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
and we had it up at home and we had a couple inches of snow and it didn't seem to do
Anything.
much
Yeah, it was-
damage to it, right?
Yeah.
If you're in one place, you can set up more of the stuff. You know, we might for a couple nights do the awning or something, but unless it's not raining, we might not do it.
Yeah.
You know, but we're getting better. He keeps tweaking the setup and the takedown to make it more efficient and
Yeah.
faster and whatnot. So, you know, I don't know. We're doing pretty well with it, right?
especially somebody looking at something like this, it's cool to kind of see your setup.
Well,
and
everybody
how
has
it's done.
different ideas. You know,
Yeah.
like in the fridge, I put in carrier Tupperware type
Yeah.
trays to make it more efficient because you don't
Yeah.
have shelves like in a regular refrigerator.
yeah.
You know,
Ew.
Aaron was looking at all this stuff because he hadn't gotten to doing some of that yet, and so
I think that's pretty powerful. Yeah, to be able to come here, camp with other owners.
yeah, it's
and you
nice
just kind
to
of
see what
they're
they do and how they work things and how. Yeah, we like that. Every time we go camping, we go. Can we look at your?
Well, that's I think the benefit of having some sort of community like this
Yeah.
and a rally or a camp out because
Right.
you just get to see what other people are doing. So
Sure.
I appreciate the time. I appreciate
Thank you.
guys kind of
No, it was great. It
Showing
worked
us
out
around?
really perfectly. The
Yeah.
timing of it was great. We weren't
Yeah.
doing anything else, and so it worked out.
Thanks.
It's a pretty place.
it is really pretty here. So thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you very much. And guys have any questions, feel free to make comments below and well, I'll send the video to you. So when people start asking questions, if they specifically ask Bruce or Ann, hey, how do you know, I'll send it to you so you have the link and we'll jump on there and try to answer your questions too. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.